Can you hear the thunder? Can you see the clouds? Can you smell the rain? There's a storm coming in your life. It's going to be storming new prospects, new business, bigger commissions. Are you ready for the rain? Are you ready to make it rain in your organization? One, two, three. Beautiful. We're ready to rock and roll. You know, we go through change in different things. I think I mentioned to many people that I am what we call a recovering CPA, which means I sold my accounting practice many years ago, and I've been helping professional service organizations grow their business by being a little bit more personal and dealing with relationships. Webster defines a storm as a disruption in the atmosphere. I'm hoping that each and every one of you go through a disruption this week while you're at this conference. A disruption is basically saying shifting the gears, changing our programming and conditioning to doing things new ways so that we can get better results. I'm in San Antonio, running across this lady who is a housekeeper at a hotel. Would you agree, while she is not the top dog, what she does is critically important? Would you agree everybody on your team has a critically important role to be successful in that team? Well, this particular person, her name is Yolanda, she's cleaning rooms. She goes from room to room. She's trying to find some things. She's trying to clean up some rooms. She's doing her job. She comes to this one room. There's a business traveler, a salesperson. Salesperson had papers all over the floor. Yolanda came to the conclusion that this gentleman needed additional desktop space. So she called downstairs, says, could you have a desk come up right away? They brought and put the desk there. She took all the papers down on the floor and put them on the desk. Wow, you guys quit breathing. She put them in the same order. She then cleaned up and was on her way. Was that her job? How many of you think she went over beyond the call? Okay, most of you do. Super. I'm crazy. I ask crazy questions. I had to ask her, what would make you do a darn fool thing like that? I was stunned by her response. She said PMS. I said, pardon me? She said her personal mission statement. What were y'all thinking? I don't want to know. I said, tell me about this. She says, my personal mission statement says I'm supposed to take care of every guest. If somebody needs something, I'm going to do something to help them. I said, but they didn't ask. She goes, well, I had options. I said, if you called downstairs and they said, hey, you only have an hour to clean 15 rooms, you don't have time to take inventory of the furniture. Would you agree there's some organizations that would respond that way? I love what Yolanda said. She says, I don't buy into that. She says, I'm in charge of me and my choices. Critical statement. I heard that from some of your salespeople.
We just witnessed Ed Robinson with his rainmaking. It actually was raining outside. So with Rachel. Rachel, what's one of your action items?
One of my action items is that I'm going to make a list of all of my advocates, people who really support me, so that I know who to send a free copy of my book to as soon as it's done.
Identify really focused target markets. I've been focused on some broader markets for a while, and I can see the benefit of really drilling down.
What's your action item after Ed Robinson?
I think the main thing is refining my 5 value propositions. So I have it in my mind, so making sure that's really clear. And then also getting clarity on who my target audience is. So that's a continual process, so I'm really going for it.
One of the great ideas that I got from Ed Robinson, one of many, is that the interviews. So he interviewed people for his book, and that's a great way. You know, you're doing this strategically, but you're getting into the companies you want to get into, and you're interviewing them, and that's such a great entryway. So definitely I do that because I do interviewing all the time. So why not do it a little bit more purposefully? Huh? Thank you, Ed Robinson.
So we've got 80% who want to be producers, another 10% who want to be doing something else. Let them go, and then we have what I consider each and every one of you. Another 10% that we call producers of producers. People who make other people better because they showed up. But it's important to recognize that you only want to make those people who are in that production mode better. If they're a non-producer, we have to let them go. If in fact they are in that production mode, we want to move them forward. If you got lucky and hired an A player, some of you are going to disagree with this, but when I have an A player, my job is to let them go and quit trying to ruin them. 30% of the people that are going through a change, when you bring them back, when you bring the information from this conference back to them, 30% of them are going to resist that change. 30%. 50% will accept that change and make it part of their new reality. By the way, can I accept change and still have some little apprehension about how it's going to affect me? Absolutely, that's normal. That's a normal course of business. And then you have by the way, I always ask people, why do you think people resist change? And there's a wide variety of things. A lot of it is fear. Would you agree with that? A lot of it is comfort level. We hit that comfort level where we're used to doing things a certain way. We love that comfort level. But eventually, we've got to really break from that so that we can thrive and strive through that process. 20% of the people that we will bring it will be committed. We usually say that's the 20% that made the change happen in the first place, but we won't go there. What's magic here is one of my favorite philosophers, my little brother, says, where do we spend most of our time? And if you look at that circle, we spend most of our time trying to change the mind of the 30% who are resisting. You know, they say they're resisting because of fear. False evidence appearing real. Drink from the fountain of friendship. Realize that when you're in your selling situation, you don't have to do it alone. There is a whole industry who wants to help you grow and get better, including NAHB, including some of your colleagues that you're sitting next to. Swear that you'll focus on the needs of the people you serve. Still a moment every day and help somebody. And last but not least is lie. Lie awake that we work in an industry that by serving other people, we get a wealth in return.